Hey there guys, it's Josh here, and today I'm gonna finally actually start a build series. Clearly I've started on this build already, but I guess I just figured I'd go ahead and do a video series of it. And this build is not going to be one of those couple of days builds. This build is going to probably take me several months to do. I'm trying to recreate Fury to the tiniest detail that I can to make it look as realistic as possible, basing on blueprints, pictures, visiting the park, getting pictures and video, everything that I could to make this as accurate as possible, even down to the sound effects on the ride. So even the lift hill audio, I have that playing, so as you go up the lift hill on the train, you're hearing the lift hill spiel that that the guy gives you. And right now I'm just going around just showing you what I've already done. So here I'm showing you the inside of the gift shop. This series will be non-scripted. So what I'm saying now is non-scripted. I didn't write any of it down, and I'm recording this voiceover after I've filmed the episode. So after I've done the building for this episode, I then record the voiceover. So I guess I'm just still showing you the station here. I've gotten the roof and the ceiling done. I still have a lot of work to do in the station and the gift shop area, but right here I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this wall and get this wall filled in. First, what I had in mind was to get this gray bit of wall in first, and then if you've ever seen the station, you'll notice that there's hexagons along the side of the station that are a darker metal color. And so what I'm going to do after I get this done, once I do the rest of the walls, I'll then go ahead and put the hexagon shapes in. I'm not sure why I decided to do individual pieces like this when I could have done big sections of the shape pieces, but I guess I just decided to do this just because why not. Also, I've noticed that if the sun hits these pieces in a certain way, you can see the section cuts in them. So in Fury Station, the metal is aligned vertically on this part of the wall, so if the sun were to hit this correctly, you should see vertical lines along the wall, but I haven't checked yet. I guess that was my goal, to make it look like riveted aluminum siding when it's really just flat shapes. But the queue line itself, I think, is about 100% done. I don't think there's anything else in the queue line that I needed to do other than finishing up the station here, getting the front plaza done, so where the entrance sign is and the trees and the planters out front where the lockers are. And I might even go into the detail and add the gift shops outside, so like a Thrills gift shop and probably even Jukebox Diner. I may not go that far. I may make a little bit of it, just for the illusion, to make it look like the whole thing is there. And I also still need to build the storage house for the trains and some of the backstage areas around the lift hill. The lift hill itself, the track is done. The track has been finalized. What I done to get the shape of the lift hill was I found a picture of the actual ride. It was almost an exact side profile of the lift hill. So I had that picture on my monitor, took some paper and traced over it, and then I took that tracing and put it over my game and built the coaster underneath the drawing. That way I knew that the lift hill and first drop were exact to the blueprints. The lift hill does have an 81-degree drop, just like the real thing. And actually for the Giga coaster model, that's the steepest drop you can have, I think. Before I changed the lift hill, I originally had the lift hill finished, but it was before the winter update, and I think the first drop was only 70-something degrees. It was the max that it could have been at the time, but now they've increased it to 81 degrees, so I basically demolished the entire lift hill, demolished all the custom supports I had made. I demolished everything and started over for the lift hill, that is. The lift hill is 325 feet, has a 320-foot drop. Now, unfortunately, the station is 4 feet higher than it's supposed to be. The only reason why I left it like that is because I was so far into the build process of the station that I just didn't want to change it. So The station is 26 feet in the air, I believe, when it should only be about 20 feet in the air. So if you do visit this park, you'll notice that the station is taller than it should be. The station track is up higher than it should be. But I'm just going to leave it like that for now. It'll be alright. Now, I don't think I'll film myself actually making the track, because for me to make one section of track, like for example, the hill after the first drop, so that hill and turn, what they call a bullet turn, I guess that's what they called it. I'm not going to film that, because just for me to make that one section of track, that one turn, could take me a day or two just to get it right. Because for some reason, making coasters in this game and making them look exactly like you want can be difficult sometimes. And for one thing, the first turn on Fury is kind of weird in how it's shaped, because in almost every different direction you look at that hill, it looks different. And so it's hard to take pictures, take blueprints, and take POV video and get it all to match up correctly with the Planet Coaster version of the ride. So when I go into making those sections of track, I don't think I'll film it, because it'll just take me way too long to make those sections of track, and the videos may end up being an hour or two long, even though it's sped up 4 times its original speed. Okay, so here I'm almost done with this one wall. It did get very tedious trying to place all of these pieces, but I'm so used to it now I don't mind it. It takes a little while. I believe my limit for each one of these videos, building wise, I think I'm probably going to build for an hour in each video, and then just speed up the process to where it's 15-16 minutes long-ish. But I know for this recording, I recorded for about 56 minutes, I think. I do have a few blueprints there. The only ones that are actually published are the Magic Cats ride, which is the second one from the left on the top there, and the trash can cover on the bottom row. Those are both uploaded to my Steam. The Magic Cats ride, what it's for, I explained it in a previous video that it's for the Federal Aviation Administration light that's on top of Fury, the red blinking light that blinks on and off. That's what that's for. And so that ride is underground, under the lift hill. It's constantly testing, that way that red light is constantly blinking on and off. Uses 1 car on that ride, and I think 12 triggers. It did have 11, but I had to change it today and make it 12, because when I sped up time, I noticed there was still a gap in when the flashing of the lights from the first trigger and the last trigger. Right here I was trying to add the employee only entry sign. It didn't work right there like it did on the other end with the other door. My computer is not quite powerful enough to run this game full frames per second at night. So right here I'm struggling to get some frames, but it's only when I'm around the station. So you saw right there I had that little gray piece of shape there next to the door. That's just for just to act as a employee only sign, or whatever that actually says. So here I'm trying to copy the green LED stripe on the other side, the hexagon shape. This didn't take all that long. It's not that difficult to do. Just have to line up your pieces. I line it with one side against the corner, and then I move the shape back down. That way the corners are flush with each other. And then I just copy the shapes down on both sides first. And then I go back to the other side and copy a piece over, bring it back over. That way everything's still in the same line. Bring that shape back down, line the edges up with the corner, and then delete the previous piece. and then I copy the other one. That way everything is on the same level and you don't see a crack between each shape. And then I just continue this all the way around the hexagon. The roof of the station is comprised of, I think, 800 of those little gray rectangles. Not sure exactly, but I know the roof took me it took me a long time to make the roof, because there wasn't any other pre-made piece in the game that looked like the roof of the station, so I had to use the shape pieces and build it myself. And for me to get the layout of the gift shop correctly, I had to spend couple of hours looking at video and pictures of inside the gift shop down there, and then I had to map out the layout on paper, and then I transferred that to the game using the shape pieces to build the walls inside the gift shop downstairs. So far the walls are done. I still need to add the lights and add all the details, add some props, things like that to make it look like an actual gift shop. And there is a path that goes through the middle of the gift shop. Unfortunately, the path does go through one of my column supports because I couldn't make the path small enough. So people will kind of walk through a support in the gift shop, but I can't prevent that. So I just have to ignore it. Here I'm trying to limit how many lights I use just to save my frame rate. I'm trying to get it to where that one little dot appears, and I got it right. So then I add one in each corner of the hexagon, just trying to limit how many lights I use. I'll do the same thing for the lift hill. I'll add these lights going up the side of the lift hill. When I had the previous lift hill, the lights looked really cool on it. What I would like to do is add the lights beneath the lift hill supports that change different colors like on the real ride, but unfortunately even the brightest lights in the game aren't, the light doesn't travel far enough up the supports to look realistic, but I'll still figure out something. And what I might do is, for the lift hill supports, use the really bright LED lights and have another trigger mechanism underneath the ground to make those lights change different colors. What I'll probably have to do is take 6 lights, each one a different color, layer them all on top of each other, and that way it looks like one light, and then save that as a blueprint and put one under a support. That way I can use that same blueprint and have it triggered to where the ride will make the lights turn on and off their different colors when they need to be. I'll have to try it and test it and see how it works. If it's going to destroy my frame rate, then I'll just have to scrap that idea. I may still do it, I don't know. I just have to test it first. And right here I'm trying to finish up this wall, get these little gray pieces up just to enclose that area. That little spot down there, there's actually supposed to be a coaster support, but you're not going to see it, so I just didn't build it. It wasn't necessary. But in reality, there's a coaster support in that little section of space there. I don't know how long it's going to take me to build this. I don't know how long it'll take me to get this recreation finished. It could take a couple of months. I don't know. But I do want to try to constantly work on this whenever I can and get this done. I'm also aware that I still need to get back to work on my Roller Coaster Tycoon series. I haven't forgotten about it, even though the last video in that series was like 3 or 4 months ago. I haven't forgotten about it. Building Fury will prepare me for the next ride that I want to build. It's actually a ride that I've never been on, and it's not even a roller coaster, it's a dark ride. But I won't spoil that yet. And so that's about all that I wanted to do for this one episode. So far I've worked 114 hours in this one park trying to build this thing. 114 hours. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like it if you liked it, and then see you in the next one.